Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Black Ops 4. In yesterday's video, I told you guys that Operation Shamrock and Awe would likely be starting this week, and it turns out I was correct in my prediction. Earlier today, Treyarch tweeted out this to let us know that a bunch of content will be coming to the game this week, and we're going to be covering all of that content here in today's video. So first things first, Operation Shamrock and Awe is set to begin tomorrow for the PlayStation 4, and then 1 week after for the Xbox One and the PC. As of right now, we don't know exactly what content will be available, but it was leaked a while ago that a new sniper rifle is in the game files. Therefore, we're likely going to see another 25 tier event that gives us a new weapon at the very end. Operation Shamrock and Awe is typically one of the bigger events of the Call of Duty year, so chances are there's going to be a lot more to it than just 25 new tiers on the Battle Pass, and a great example of that would be the Stockpile game mode. Now, for those who don't know, Stockpile is going to be the Black Ops 4 take on the Fracture game mode from Black Ops 3, which, side note, I loved Fracture in Black Ops 3. It was one of the best new game modes probably since Kill Confirmed, in my honest opinion, and Treyarch is saying that the Stockpile mode that we're going to have here in Black Ops 4 is going to have a special Shamrock and Awe theme while the event is active. So who knows, maybe the Leprechaun that we saw back in Call of Duty World War II is going to be making a return for this game mode during the event, then go away after the event ends. Now, unfortunately for you Xbox and PC fans, the Stockpile game mode is going to be available on the PS4 first, just like the Shamrock and Awe event, which means if you play on either of those platforms, you are going to have to wait until March 19th for that content to actually go live. Now, one thing you won't have to wait for, however, would be Contraband Hurricane. So, when Treyarch first announced this, a lot of people thought that maybe this was going to be an update to the black market because it has contraband in the name, but what they're actually talking about here is yet another map variant, sort of similar to Firing Range Night and Seaside Sunset. The multiplayer map Contraband is going to be updated to feature hurricane-like weather and effects, and I personally can't wait to see what it's going to look like and whether or not it's going to alter the map in any way. Do you guys remember way back in the day, all the way back into the World at War days, when Treyarch gave us Macon Day as a free map update? Well, when they did that, they actually altered the map in a couple of ways. The original Macon had water that was really high, and that water was a very important part of the map because it could protect you from dogs, it could make it so you could silently move across the map, but also slowed you down. It was a very interesting aspect of the Macon multiplayer map, right? Well, when they gave us Macon Day, the map was set at low tide, which meant the water was virtually gone, and therefore it changed up the gameplay quite a bit. Keeping that in mind, it's entirely possible that when the hurricane weather starts to hit Contraband, that all the water from the map is going to be blown out to sea. Have you guys ever seen those pictures in real life of when hurricane weather takes all the water from a beach and just removes it? It's really weird looking, right? Well, it's entirely possible that the same thing is going to happen to Contraband, and it would actually work if you think about it. Like, look at where the water is on the map itself. If you remove the water, you just have sand underneath it where players can run. And you look at the bridge that we have in the middle, there's already ladders there, so that's not really going to change up the gameplay whatsoever. It's basically just going to remove the water and allow players to run around on the sand below, which would be a really interesting take on the map itself. But again, I am just speculating right now. We have no confirmation whatsoever, but Treyarch did say that the map update is going to go live on all platforms tomorrow, so I suppose we are going to just have to wait and see how things are going to play out. Who knows, it may be the exact same multiplayer map, but with rain and wind and stuff like that. We really have no idea, but either way, I'm very excited about this because I personally like it when they add weather to the multiplayer maps. Now, moving along here to Blackout, say goodbye to the fall leaves because Blackout is going to be getting a spring update tomorrow if you play on the PlayStation 4, and then 1 week later, of course, for the Xbox One and the PC. Now, it's important to note that the spring update does not mean that Alcatraz is coming. Let's stop it right there. This does not mean that Alcatraz is coming. If you guys don't know, we saw at the end of the Grand Heist trailer that Alcatraz Island and what appears to be a nighttime update, or at least like a stormy update for the Blackout map, are going to be coming later on down the line. But we also know via the roadmap that those updates are likely going to be part of a full-on Blackout event rather than just a spring update. Via the roadmap, map, the spring update, and the new event are completely different things, which means that tomorrow we can probably expect the leaves to go back to their normal colors, and maybe things are going to be a bit more green, but don't expect Alcatraz Island to randomly appear out in the ocean tomorrow. That's likely going to be part of another event, which will likely be going live at some point in the summer. If I had to guess, we really have no idea, but knowing how much they love the Space Out content and the fact that we just got Ghost Town not too long ago, chances are Alcatraz Island is a ways away from us right now. But still, I have to wonder, when it comes to this spring update, are they going to be revamping different parts of the map like they did previously? When they updated the map for Operation Grand Heist, they changed up a bunch of things about the map that we really didn't expect, like the gas station by firing range, or that little town up there by Hydro Dam, or the mansions area and stuff like that. So I have to wonder, with the spring update, are they going to make it themed around Shamrock and Awe for a bit? And are they also going to revamp different sections of the map itself? I suppose we are going to just have to wait and see how things are going to play out. But speaking of Blackout and things that are going live tomorrow on the PlayStation 4, Hardcore mode is going to be added as presumably a new limited time mode. Now, what they mean by Hardcore is it's going to be the same Blackout experience that we all know, except there will be no HUD, there will be no armor, there will be no vehicles, and there will be no zombies. So, as of right now, we don't know if they're going to be changing up the health whatsoever. If I had to guess, they're probably going to leave the health as is, and the removal of armor is effectively going to be their way of lowering the health to make it feel more hardcore. But again, we are going to have to wait for tomorrow's update to actually see what they have planned for us. I must say, though, this sounds like a very interesting way to play Blackout. I'm playing more and more Blackout as we get further on into the year here, and I'm enjoying the mode quite a bit. Like, I think Apex Legends actually kicked off my desire to play more Battle Royale games. I started going back to Blackout here, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm excited to see whether or not this hardcore mode is going to be fun. I have a feeling I'm either going to love it or I'm going to hate it, because my least favorite thing about Blackout is when I get melted. Rarely do I feel like, you know, I put in a bazillion bullets into somebody and they killed me. For some reason, that rarely happens to me, but I do feel like oftentimes somebody sees me from across the way and I don't see them, and then they basically melt me really quick with an ABR or maybe an auger or something like that. And so I'm wondering, is this new game mode going to basically be all that, or is it going to be even better than that? I really have no idea, just based off the description, and I'm excited to see how it's going to play out. But moving away from Blackout here for a second, let's go ahead and wrap things up here with a few more bits of news. Number one, League Play is apparently going to be getting some much-needed improvements across all platforms tomorrow. We don't know what improvements, but apparently improvements are coming. And if you play on the PlayStation 4, then the Gauntlet mode for Blood of the Dead will be added with tomorrow's update. And also, for you general Zombies fans across all platforms, host migration is going to be coming to Zombies tomorrow with an update, which I can't believe we're like 5 months in and host migration is finally just now being a thing, but there you go. And Treyarch also says that a lot more is going to be coming with tomorrow's update, but we're going to have to wait for tomorrow's patch notes to actually see exactly what they're going to be adding. So fingers crossed, after 5+ months, combat records and leaderboards. Are you kidding me, man? They even changed up the API for the game, which means that third-party sites like codtracker.gg or wherever that website is, even sites like that don't work anymore. We have no way of tracking our stats here in Black Ops 4, which is freaking absurd. The original Black Ops had stat tracking. World at War had stat tracking. And you may think, well, no, it didn't, Nero. It did. There was a website you could use way back in the day that was run by Activision, which will allow you to see how many kills you had with each weapon and kill streak and everything else. It was basically like the COD Elite of its time. It's no longer a thing anymore, but it was a thing back in the day. World at War had stat tracking. Black Ops 4 does not. Just let that sink in for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. But regardless, Shamrock and Awe is starting tomorrow. All this new content is coming to the game tomorrow, and I'm personally very excited for it. I don't know about you guys, but I picture Shamrock and Awe as one of the biggest events of the year, right up there with like Winter Siege, right? And typically, Shamrock and Awe spans across multiple Call of Duty games, so fingers crossed it goes live on World War II and Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered as well. If nothing else, I'm hoping that the event brings back all the content from those operations on the previous games, though I have noticed that they've already been live for a while on some of those previous games, so we'll have to wait and see if updates are going to be coming to the older COD titles. But we do know for a fact that Shamrock and Awe is going live on Black Ops 4 this week for PS4, and then next week for Xbox One and PC, and it's likely going to be adding a bunch of content along with new game modes and a new map revamp and a Blackout revamp and all sorts of stuff like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will keep you guys posted with more details as they become available. Again, tomorrow, we're going to be getting the full patch notes for the event, and I'll be covering those patch notes in another video, but we have to wait for those to actually come out. As of right now, we don't have the patch notes, we just have an idea of what's going to be coming to the game, and that was the focus of this video. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop me a rating, and let me know down there in the comments what part of this event / content are you most excited for. I don't know about you guys, but I was excited for Operation Shamrock and Awe. We knew this was coming, but I didn't think it would add this much to the game. It seems like they're really going all out with this event, but once again, we'll have to wait until tomorrow to see exactly what they have planned for us. But until then, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.